Number one.
Who are you and what did you do?
I'm Jamie and I topped the UK Open, got 7th. So yeah, let's get into the deck profile.
How many cards in main?
45. So I played 3 Alpha, 3 Zeta, 3 New 2. Some people play like 1, some people play 2. I think like you have to play 3. This card is so broken. Just gives you a lot of grind, like 1 card starter. And also it pairs really well with Gamma. Because most people know that Alpha and Zeta is like full combo in Drytron. But also New 2 plus Gamma is the same as Alpha and Zeta. Like you get to the same lock as you do with Alpha and Zeta. So you're just increasing your likelihood of consistency by playing like 3 of this and then 2 Gamma. 3 Gamma's a brick. So yeah, just play 2. 1 Delta, I was playing 2 Delta, but he got cut for the MVP, Rustaban. Returns a banished Drytron back to the grave. So like throughout the day, like if you get shifted, right, you can go Nova into New 2, then you go Rustaban, tribute the New 2, it gets returned to the grave after it's been banished, use its own effect to revive, overlay for Fuko, and you've still got like, turn's gonna come back to you after you pass on Fuko, and you're gonna start with 5 cards, so you're not really losing out on much. Your opponents are gonna be able to kill you and they have to put up their combo, and because you're playing breakers, when the turn comes back to you on turn 3, you're just ready to like crack the board, and you already have like a Fuko on the board as like an extra body to like help deal with the board by like going into an SP or like going to the battle phase to make a Zeus or something. So yeah, Rustaban's been really good. And then 1 Ursatron. You have to play the Ursatron to search the field spell because you have to play the Ursatron to search the field spell because it's part of the lock, right? But also a really good thing about this card is that it's a water. So when we do the Secret Village lock with Ib. So but to get to Ib, it needs 2 monsters with different attributes and different types. So this not being a light and being able to be revived off like Gamma is like so broken. So yeah, but just play 1 light. It's a brick otherwise, but it has like niche applications. 1 big Chungus, 1 other Chungus. This is your like main boss monster you're gonna go for. Double monster negate. You can reset it with the IP into Dynamondo, so you can get like 4 monster negates in 1 turn. Shout out Dom for hooking me up with the collector's rare Draconids. This card is also nice. This gets destroyed, you just float into this and you get a double send. So yeah, like pretty standard. Should be playing out both of these. 1 Ben 10, 1 Diviner. I'm not trying to go heavy on the fairy engine. You're literally just gonna search this off Alpha, tribute like search this, send, grab this, and then you're gonna use this to go into the AFD to pop the field spell once you summon this guy, or if you hard open it, and then yeah, just go for like the Secret Village lock that way. Something else as well is like, if they save the impump for the Diviner because they know you're playing AFD, it's like you can still get to the Secret Village lock because of this guy. So if you hard open the field spell, basically you normal summon the impump, blah blah blah, but you can go Gamma to revive this, and Fafnir says you can reduce the level by 1 for every 2,000, and it affects your monsters too. So you go Gamma revive. This is now level 2 because it's been impumped. This is 7, gets reduced by 2, 5, 7. Go into AFD, search Secret Village, so you can play through impump even if they hit this. But sometimes you do need like quite a bit of names together, like maybe 1 or 2 extra names. But yeah, there's like some lines you can use to play around it. But that's it for like the main engine, like monster wise. The hand traps, we played 3 Furos. Never drew any cards of this all day, but yeah, baited some Core Isaac, baited some Ashes, and like being able to like bait an Ash in this deck helps you because like you need your Alpha to resolve sometimes, or you need the Nova to resolve. So if they're willing to trade an Ash for the Furos, it's fine because you've got the breakers anyways, and now they're not gonna Ash your Alpha, and it just helps you like snowball into like a bigger board. So yeah, definitely like play this. Doesn't really need much explanation, like the card's cracked. And then 3 Impump. This pairs really well with like any board breaker that's like droplets. If you got like Impump droplets, like you can just break like nearly any board, to be honest. Because like they have like the Desiree, and they have this the Zamina negate, Omni negate. You can just go Impump. Then you chain droplets, and like most of the time you've got like a monster and a trap and a spell to send to like just nuke the whole board, like negate it all. Then you just go into Zeus, clear up, or you can just like combo through and try go for like OTK. So I think you have to play Imperm in combination with like any type of ball breaker deck, and also the fact you can just like draw it off Furious as well is like really nice. And then just more consistency cards, 2 Nova, 2 Fafnir. I was playing 3 but it like bricked intestines, so I decided just to play 2. And then 3 Cyber Emergency, just searchers, and then 1 for 1. I know this card's a bit bad into Furos, but you want more ways to get to the new 2 outside of Nova, because like essentially like these are like 5 ways to get to like 1 card combo with new 2. So you want to add another way that isn't like another Fafnir, right? Because if you play 3 Fafnir and you open too many, like sure you can search a ritual spell, but then it makes your Zeta redundant, so you don't really want to break on that. And 1 for 1 lets you like you can also like discard the Furos if you're going first and you open it, so there's like some niche value there. So I would still play 1 for 1, even though like it plays a bit into Furos, but this deck plays like well into Furos regardless, so I'm not like too bothered. 1 Meteorus, 1 Secret Village. This is just like the package is mandatory, and yeah, this is the Secret Village lock. So onto the ball breakers. 3 droplets. It's just free value in this deck. Like all your sub activates in the grave. Like who cares if I discard like 4 monsters? If I as long as I have 1 card left in hand, I can just like keep comboing. So yeah, play this. 2 Dark Ruler, just to pair with droplets as well. It's really nice. 2 was good. I don't think I would like play any less anymore. 2 was pretty nice. Same with the thrust and the talents, 2 of each. I was playing 3 before, but like they were way too bricky. Like, and throughout the whole day, like I felt like I saw these enough, and yeah, I don't think I would change anything in terms of like the ball breakers at the moment. And then the 1 core buy for Shifter, Furious, and hand
Broken
traps.
card.
So yeah, that's it for the main deck. Let's go on to the extra. Played 2 Mu Beta, standard, 1 Zeus, 1 Downed, 1 Fuko. I don't play the Nightingale one because I think Fuko is better. Because even though like they kind of do the same thing and you can like attack directly to make a Zeus, the issue I have with the Nightingale is if you're going like second into like a, let's say like you're playing like against like Tempai and they're like on board breakers, right? It loses to droplets because they can just go draw phase, negate, and that's it. You just lose the game again, OTK'd. The fact this is unaffected, it has a bit more like application, so I much prefer Fuko over the Nightingale. And like this came up all day, like my Tempai players, they'd win the Drytron, like I'm going second, I'm like cool bro, I'm just gonna make Fuko, and they just like they read this card and they're like, oh, I can't OTK you, I have no out for this. So yeah, the whole like game plan, like they're basically going first when you summon Fuko, so yeah, it's cracked. Links, 1 Underworld Goddess, 1 Access Code, 1 SP, 1 IP, Dynamondo, Imp for the Secret Village lock, Phoenix, and Anima. Yeah, these like all came up today, especially at Goddess. Goddess was like really broken because sometimes against like Tempai players, they would try to save the seals for my ritual summons, because if you bounce like the Mu Beta, then sometimes my ritual summon doesn't resolve. But I'd get enough bodies on the board with the Fuko, because I go first, Fuko's now on the board, so I just need like 2 more bodies on the board, and I use their seals and I just link it off, and like they have no follow-up now, so it's like really cracked. And then the 1 Arclight and the 1 AFD combo pieces. So that's it for the extra deck. Onto the side deck, I play 1 Black Rose. So when you're going second, you're not trying to see Village Lock people, so you're going to side out the AFD, put in the Black Rose, and it just nukes the board. It's like another Zeus, another board wipe. So yeah, I don't think I've resolved it yesterday, but yeah, you have like a free slot to side, so it doesn't have to be Black Rose. You can like put Typhon, like any other card you want in, but it just makes your Diviner better, because you can still search the big chungus and then just make a Black Rose, so it's nice. 1 Natasha, she's like one of my favorite cards, but she never came up. No, went into time in any of my games. Never had to use her effect to steal, so in the future I might just cut this card for something else.
What would you cut it for?
No idea at the moment. Maybe like another like ball breaker, or yeah, I don't know. It's hard to say. I was thinking like playing like the other Molch Army, Perulia, if I could find room. And this would just be like one of the spots to cut for it. So free sphere mode. Never summoned it today, but in theory it's cracked. You know, like this deck, your only normal summon is Diviner, and even then you don't need it, right? You don't need Diviner going second if you can deal with all their interrupts. So summoning sphere mode is just cracked. Even though I never summoned it, I'm pretty sure I like want to keep it in as like a good ball breaker. 3 Ash, counterplay to Mole Charmy if you need it. And just really generic to draw off Mole Charmy per side, like when you want to side out Secret Village and like some cards that you don't need for going first. You can draw like this and Impalm, and yeah, it's like really nice, so standard. The last Thrust and Talents, like Dark Ruler, when you go first, you just take it out, you put these 2 in, you get hand trap, like you can just set, like you're playing 3 Thrust because they hand trap you, you can get to Fuka, you just set this off Thrust and it's a turn skip. So yeah, it's like cheeky, bro. Like what they're gonna do, you're just gonna thrust into this passer turn, you just win the game, bro. And talents for like any hand traps that they try and do, like. And also another reason I wanted to play 2 and 2 in the main and 1 in the side, because a lot of people have been like playing Dominus Impulse, so it just turns off those talents and thrust cards, so you don't like brick on them too much at 3 and 3 in the main deck. 1D barrier never came up. Could probably cut this for like Perulia if you wanted, but I mean, you're already playing like the Harpies, so you can just, most of the time you're going to go into this anyways. But if you can't get to a Fuka, then you need like another backup plan. And D-Barrier is pretty nice, but you can maybe like cut the Natasha in this. And, like the Raigeki for like playset of Perulia, but this also never came up, but just another wall breaker. And then the last Dark Ruler and the 1 Harpy for back row decks. So yeah, that was the deck profile. Shout out to my team, the collective, Europagaming. Shout out to Josh Kelly, Andrea and Karin for helping me theory some of the side deck and some of the non-engine in the main deck. I want to shout out Reggie for lending me a Furos. It was nice. Shout out to Arthur for lending me this. Shout out to Sol Chom for lending me a Raigeki, or hooked me up with the cards on the day. One of the reasons I actually topped the event, so it was really nice of them. And also shout out to Young Philly and shout out to Jack.
For the people that don't know, what is the Secret Village lock that you speak so much about?
So this is what I was doing like all day, right? Like they're playing ball breakers, like I'm so happy. Some guys playing Rune, this is what I do. So if you full combo, Alpha Zeta, Gamma U2, or like any other combination, like these are just like 2 cards you can go into it, you play the most. The end board is IP, Ib, and Draconus. So essentially this end board is no spells. She points to Draconus, and when she points to Draconus, she can't be sure about battle or card effects. So you have 2 monster negates, no spells. Then you go IP, spin yourself into the Dynamondo using these 2. After you spend the negates on both negates, you go into Dynamondo. And then you go Dynamondo, put back Benten to shuffle a card on their field. And then quick effect, Dynamondo tag out, summon back the Draconids, and it's soft once per turn, so you get 2 more monster negates. So essentially they have to play through 4 monster negates, a spin, and no spells. And like no decks play through that. Like, the only way to do like out this board is like evenly, or you have to have like Sphere Mode or Lava Golem, right? And in the cases where like you can like kind of read which decks play evenly and which ones don't, just based on like what deck they're playing. And in the cases where they do go for evenly, you want to prioritize like leaving the material on this guy, right? You can still get to this guy. It just might mean like you might not be able to get to the IP. Sometimes you have to just do this, right? And you'll have like 1 material on this guy if you think they're playing evenly, and you're still gonna have like the Secret Village lock. Like I don't think most decks have like an 1800 beater that can just swing over this with no spells, right? So, and if they try get to like a monster, you can just negate with this. So now you have a anti-evenly double monster negate, and then you have the new 2 in the grave, like, so next turn you just summon this guy back and just go for game. So that's basically like the Secret Village lock.
Sure, and that came up, right?
Yeah, this came, I probably did this like loads of times. I want to say like resolved the combo like 8 times today or yesterday. It was like, even through hand traps, I was getting like impumped Ash, and I was still like putting like the full board up. Like I was still putting up like this through like 2 hand traps. So it's like pretty resilient, because you're like new 2 gives you a lot of resilience in the deck to get this point. So yeah, this is like the full combo.
Cool.
Yeah.
And there's a combo video coming out soon on the collective channel.
Stay tuned. Now I'll show you the combo. I can show you how to play around Furos effectively. And yeah, I can show you like loads of different lines, loads of different ways to play through like different hand traps if you're interested in that. So yeah, thank you guys.